On Sunday, December the 4th, 2021, the anachronism numbered 3,442 was posted by me, called "I think now is a good time to up the ante." Isn't it a good time? Isn't it good when we up the ante? Isn't it good when we give ourselves higher goals? Yeah. So now that we have talked to Google and Apple and T-Mobile and the person talking to the dolls on the sidewalk of Howard Street, and been accosted by the lady who works at the front desk of the apartment complex in which we live, and now that I have been so maturely yelled at by her for asking her to kindly let me know if she works here in my apartment building, simply because I did not recognize her, and there was another lady standing next to the front desk office who had just been asking to see my key. This was new. And now that I have $0 and 0 cents and see no end to this plight for quite some time, and now that I've publicly and once again begun a fundraiser in hopes to get a buck or two, just in hopes, a couple are so inclined, and now that it has been determined that despite the fact that I was sold a brand new iPhone, already having a brand new one by some lady at T-Mobile, and yet now that I am told, despite triple and double checking all of the price points during the phone conversation in which I was sold the device, that instead of paying a reduced amount of half the price for one phone, I'll be paying logically more for a very long lease for two phones. And why would I accept such an offer without double and triple checking that my ears are not playing tricks on me? Do I really look that gullible? Or sound that gullible? Because I must, these days I really must. I didn't ever think I was gullible, by the way. I thought that was not me. I don't think I am, really, but people do think that. They can pull one over on me anyway. Usually that does not work, but it's a tough time. Anyway, where was I? But yet, now that I'm told, despite triple and double checking all of the price points during the phone conversation in which I was sold the device, that instead of paying a reduced amount of half the price for one phone, I'll be paying logically more for a very long lease for two phones. And why would I accept such an offer without double and triple checking that my ears are not playing tricks on me? And now that 4 managers have told me that there's nothing I can do to get out of this, and now that the original phone I did turn out to be a factory dud, no fault of my own, and now that I just had a Moderna booster shot, which put me in bed with aches and fever through most of yesterday and some of today, and since most everything that I am telling you has transpired today, this morning and afternoon and evening and night, now that I won't have access to my email until Tuesday or Wednesday, so it is likely not a worthwhile venture to look for a job until after then anyway. And now that I've told you that, I have probably lost all of the weekly unemployment, that which has allowed me to survive the pandemic and being laid off in March of 2020 because of it. And now that I have told you that the job I had, which I thought was the coolest back at the end of September, was removed from me because I'm no good fit, was removed from me because I would really hate it, and I'm not a psychiatrist, but you should be in a theater somewhere, as corporations are clearly not for you. When I've happily and quite successfully worked in many corporations, big and small, in the 40 years of my paid career, and how could I have a clue about me? Anyway, the geezer, and how could he have a clue, about me anyway? The geezer gave me only 8 days to prove I could do the job. Didn't even tell me he was going to give me, he didn't tell me how much he was going to pay me, how many days I was going to have to work as a, before my time of proof was over. It was a horrible situation. It was such a stupid situation. And I thought it would be a great job. Yep. And I proved I could, no matter what bullshit he said to try to convince me that I did not. So, well, now that you know all of this, you know what a pickle I'm presently in, and probably have some idea how I'm doing, despite upping my ante to top notch, the most I could muster. But now there seems to be the utmost need for the ante to be upped in an even more resounding fashion. And the question is, how much does it matter how much one ups the ante? Of how much sweat, tears, and crazy work you give to the all too often good-for-nothings who deserve nary a notched increase in whatever ante you think you can up, just to get ahead of the lousy game. Just you all wait until my next opportunity. So many good things are going to come of it. All that history and happiness and new experiences, and you can tell I really believe in myself, even now. But I will still give you an anecdote after this piece, which is almost over. So many good things are going to come out of it. All that history and happiness and new experiences and fun times will be the order of the day every day. And if it doesn't, well, okay, so that was a year ago, this last December, so a little bit, about a year and a month ago, this particular piece, a little over that. Very true story, but very, very tough time. After many years of tough time, we've landed now upon year 9 of tough time. This last December has been so much better. And I don't have a job, but I had a third interview on Friday with a job that I would love to have. Thing is, I've been interviewing pretty much nonstop since the end of July, when I finished another contractual job with a great company. It was the best experience I've had since I actually have left the last real full-time job that I had 12 years ago. And got kind of snookered or niched into this contractual stuff. So, fingers crossed. And I believe that I will have a job at some point, even whatever the economy does. There's always a need for people who are subservient folks, such as myself. But, so not to worry. I don't. I'm doing better than I've been doing in a very long time. At least since the great money of the pandemic stopped coming after I got laid off for that. So, maybe I do feel this year's going to be a good one.